Hi. The first group of projects I'm going to talk about are Suki's, Nikki's, Sandra's, and Leona's.
I think all four actually have a lot of things to offer. They all seem to be shipper type displays, which I think is a great approach for this project. As you know, you've probably heard me say that a dozen times so far. I also think that they're all quite well proportioned for a countertop. Suki's is very professional looking, I think. The what really pushes it for me here are the cutouts that the Pez's actually go into. Looks like it holds a lot of product. The backboard, I think, is really quite eye-catching, and the angle of the sides. I think all those things combine to make it quite dynamic. The one thing that I don't think is the best on this one are the graphics on the side. I still think that they're somewhat unresolved compared to the very direct, forceful, bold ones in the back. I think that one in the backboard is quite successful, but I think the ones on, particularly on the sides, lack a little bit of focus and lots of interesting displays for what I'm assuming are tiny kind of super balls. The I think gravity-fed displays are a fantastic idea for these. They're natural for that. They're just going to, easy to stack up. You got a little tray and they come out. That's the way that I would go with them, rather than the kind of tray ideas that you also have. My big suggestion is that you pick one that you can actually fabricate. So usually cylindrical ones are harder to do than rectangular ones or triangular ones. And I would incorporate the graphics. You seem to know what these balls are, psychedelic super balls, and I would be interested to know if they have their own packaging and graphics and those kinds of things that you could incorporate into the flat surfaces of your display. You do mention at one point that there's some LED screen on one of them. Keep in mind that the cost of the product might be much less than the cost of your display. So I don't know what you think about that. But if the display is costing $40 to fabricate, and there's only $15 worth of product in it, that might not be too cost effective. But interesting ideas and a good start. It's a shipper. It looks like a shipper, but the top doesn't correspond to the size. The backboard doesn't correspond to the size of the box on the bottom. But other than that, I think that it's a very successful solution. Finally, Leona's crayon shipper has fantastic bits about it. The way that the Crayola boxes fit in the shipper, I think, is very effective. That angled aspect towards the back works really well. The front panel where it says Crayola and you see the crayons works very well, but it does have a couple of shortcomings. One is the amount of space at the front. I don't think it does anything for the display itself. That whole front bit could be eliminated and it would be a much more effective shipper. I think the backboard is too high. It looks out of proportion. All that white space is filled up with kind of bits and pieces of not very bold graphics, and then the final attempt to get the actual crayon into the backboard, it doesn't seem to resolved yet. It looks like what it is, and that's crayon wrappers that are glued down rather than the crayons themselves, and as it looked in the first version. So a variety of hits and misses here, but generally a really good group.